Okay, let me go across to Chandan Mitra. His newspaper, The Pioneer, has been reporting extensively on the 2G scam. Also member of the BJP. Mr. Mitra, what are the questions that Sadiq Batcha would have had the answers to, and why is it that your party believes that this needs to be investigated? Because the police believes it's a simple case of suicide. Do you buy that, sir?
No, see, I think basically what Paranjoy was just saying, that Mr. Sadiq Batcha knew not just a hell of a lot. I think he knew everything about how the money was parked, where it was parked, which are the companies. He was, in fact, the promoter of greenhouse, promoters, which is very much into real estate. There are very strong reasons to suspect that the kickback money was diverted to some of these promoters. Mr. Sadiq Batcha was also from all accounts, the key man who was a middleman between Shahid Balwa and Mr. Raja. So in every way, he was a central and crucial link. And if he had spilled the beans entirely, I think a lot of people would have not had a way to escape. And so his death definitely raises many questions. Now, whether it was suicide, whether there was foul play, it is really for the police to establish. Sitting here in Delhi, I have no kind of way of making any speculative guess in this matter. But definitely matter needs to be probed, because when such a key witness and a key person involved in this whole matter dies mysteriously, there will be obviously some reasons to suspect. And so I think we need to come clean. But the fact that he has committed suicide from the face of it means that there was so much to be revealed, and everything that was being said about the diversion of funds, about the kickbacks, has in effect been proved entirely right.
Paranjoy makes the point that there should have been some attempt made to ensure that the key accused and people who could have possibly turned approver should have been taken better care of. And I want to put this question to Subramaniam Swamy, one of the top industrialists of this country, commenting on the investigations in the 2G scam, said if things continue the way they are, body bags could soon start arriving. A body bag hasn't arrived yet, but this really indicates how dangerous and murky this whole business is. Some of the biggest names in corporate India are involved, and therefore the CBI needs to ensure that all the accused and the informers and the approvers are taken care of, which wasn't done in this case, Mr. Swamy.
Yeah, well, this is not a big surprise. I think in our country we don't know the value of witnesses who matter, and in other countries this should have been an automatic. They have a witness protection program which immediately goes into operation. The fact of the matter is that I had at the very beginning, after I filed the criminal case against Raja, said he should be given either protection or he should be put in jail where he can be safe. It's inevitable where so many reputations are at stake, and at the very highest level, that some people have to die because they may crack up. Already we know that there is a whistleblower whose identity has not been established, but a lot of the early investigation was made possible because of that whistleblower. So others may become approvers, and this is the problem which the CBI and the government of India has to contend with, and I think the matter may come up in the Supreme Court also tomorrow.
Okay, Sandeep, the other thing which needs to be focused on is the underworld and the Hawala link, which Sadiq Batcha had information about, information which isn't out in the public domain. And if he turned approver after coming to Delhi this evening, this is when he could be singing. While we're doing this discussion, this is when he could be singing before the CBI, and that's when the underworld and the Hawala ring, which hasn't been reported on extensively, could have emerged.
Oh, without a doubt, because you can't ignore the harsh reality of an underworld and Hawala link, because there are beneficiaries who have those links, and that's been established by the Ministry of Home Affairs, which has clearly put out a note saying that somebody who promotes a company should not be allowed to continue either as a director on the board of that company or as the managing director of that company, because he's a national security risk. And we've also seen that the same individual, who is now under arrest, quit the board of directors of that company because of the same reason. So one can't ignore that. Now let's come to the issue of whether pressure did this to Sadiq Batcha. Now our correspondent Priyamvada in Chennai has interviewed a close associate and friend of Sadiq Batcha, a gentleman called Palani Muthu, and he says that when he met him last, he was perfectly normal, hale and hearty, and was not under any pressure whatsoever. So then how does one explain this mysterious death this morning, Wednesday?